This is Ken Gerber, and you're watching Law and Gerber. Welcome back to another episode of Law and Gerber. My wife Megan and I are co-owners of a thriving law practice in Arizona, and we are here doing this for one main reason, and that is to show you that lawyers are not what you may have been led to believe. We are constantly fighting the negative narrative that has been associated with attorneys, and we won't stop doing whatever it takes to help people in every way that we can and show you that there are men and women of integrity in our field. We love absolutely everything about the process of what we do here. One of our favorite things is helping people that are being taken advantage of by slimy companies that capitalize on people's ignorance. The reality is, why would you need to know how the law works with regard to your injury if you're not currently in that situation? It's not like there's a class in high school that prepares you for what the law has to say about a possible future injury. Could you imagine if there was? It's not something we usually want to think about or prepare for, but we are here to do just that. We want you to be prepared with some of this information if anything unfortunate were to ever happen to you, so that you know that you have options. Now again, we practice in the state of Arizona. And so some of the things that we share from time to time are going to be specific to Arizona. But most of this stuff is pretty basic information that should be the same across the country. Just know that if you find our videos and you want us to represent you in your case, we can only work with cases in Arizona. Now, that's not to say that we can't help out at all if you are out of state. In fact, we have a pretty great network and can most likely get you paired up with someone awesome in your state if for whatever reason you are outside the great state of Arizona. Okay, now, having said all of that, let's get into some basic scenarios. First of all, we are solely injury attorneys. We only get paid if we win your case. What this means is that you're not paying us anything up front. No deposits, nothing. We review your case, and if we decide to represent you, we get paid solely on what we recover. So that begs the question, what do we look for in a case, and how do we determine we're going to accept your case? First of all, the first thing we look for is, was there negligence? Did somebody make a mistake? Did they do something they should not have done, or did they not do something they should have done? So let's say they were negligent and they did cause some type of injury. Because if they were negligent and they did cause an injury, that's something they are personally liable for, and now we have the basis for a claim to try and recover for the person who was injured. Seeing as how we only handle negligence cases, let's say you were in an accident and you're like, I don't want or need to hire an attorney. I'm not a mean or vicious person, and I'm not trying to take advantage of anyone. If there was an accident, negligence was involved. Plain and simple. Accidents, by definition, are based on negligence. It means somebody made a mistake, and because of that mistake, they caused an injury. I want to make something really clear because this seems to get confused a lot for those who don't fully understand injury attorneys. If it's something that's more than just an accident, then the implication is that someone caused an injury on purpose. And that's not something for an injury attorney to get involved with. That's considered a crime, and that's when you call the police. So let's review. You just got into a car wreck crossing an intersection with a green light, and you got T-boned by a car that decided to blow through a red light because they weren't paying attention. You've survived the accident, but you have significant injuries. Is this an example of negligence? Yes, it is. Great job! You're a bunch of fast learners, aren't you? All right, example number 2. You're parking your car at the grocery store, and someone's competing for the same spot. As they zoom up and try and steal it from you, they're flipping you off. When you pull into the spot, they ram the back of your car in anger. Well, let's just say in this scenario, there are plenty of witnesses to support this. Is this an example of negligence? No, it's not. This is road rage, and you need to get law enforcement involved immediately. So what happens in that first situation? What do you do first? Which steps do you take? I'm so glad you asked. We're going to go over it. I got to take this first. Excuse me. This is Ken.
Hey, babe. Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. I just came in to tell him, guys, that there's a woman on the phone who was just in the ladies' room on the 8th floor of a building in downtown Phoenix. Evidently, as she sat on the porcelain throne, pressure building from inside the tank caused a massive explosion that literally sent her flying out of the stall. It sounds like we have another stinky situation. Okay, everyone, we gotta run. I mean, I have the runs. We gotta run. Bye, until next time.